Well, guys, the review I've been waiting so long to do. This is coming along, so roll the intro. Before we begin this, I want to go over some stuff just to get it out of the way. One, no, I did not finish it in 5 parts on a stream. I stopped streaming it because of, 1, the quality, and 2, I didn't want to wait till the weekends to play it. So that's why that it was just 5 parts. Maybe I'll replay it for fun on streams. I wanted to get that out of the way. Also, the main thing, this video will contain spoilers for Shadow Generations. So, if you haven't played it, click off this video, or if you have played it, or don't care for Sonic, feel free to watch. I have finally played Sonic X Shadow Generations, a 2024 bundle video game in the Sonic franchise. Features 2 games, those being a remaster of Sonic Generations, the 2011 mainline game, and the big thing that's getting everybody excited for this, a brand new story, Shadow Generations. This carries assets from Sonic Generations and Sonic Frontiers with Shadow as the playable character. So basically what we have here is a Sonic Generations 2 and a Shadow the Hedgehog 2. I won't talk much about the Sonic story of the game because there's nothing new to it outside of some dialogue changes, really. But I will say the dialogue rewrites that are there, I do like a bit, so I will say that. Outside of that, the game is barely changed. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say about it. Now on to Shadow, the Mummy. for Shadow Generations, I'd like to start with the bad instead of the good to mix things up. So, here we go. My biggest problem has nothing to do with the game itself. It's the marketing. The marketing is good, don't get me wrong, but if you watched every trailer like me, you've pretty much seen every level and every boss that isn't the final boss. Now, don't get me wrong, these levels and bosses are good, but I feel like there should have been at least 1 or 2 more levels and bosses that were, like, not shown. I will get to that later, but yeah, that's my biggest problem. That's about it for the bad. Shadow Generations is really good. It's hard for me to find anything bad. I guess if I had a gripe, it would be that the game's really quick. That's my one gripe, but this is really good. But for now, let's get into some story. During the events of Sonic Generations, Shadow on the Ark was tracking down a site detected by Gun until he comes face to face with Black Doom, the main antagonist of the 2005 Shadow game, who returns as the main antagonist for Shadow here. The time here event attacks, transporting not only Sonic, his friends in Shadow, but also Omega, Orbot, and Cubot, even Gerald Robotnik and Marie Robotnik return to the white space. And it's up to Shadow to stop Black Doom and all these other past enemies as he gains new powers throughout this game. I know it's simple, but for me, it's way better than what we got in Sonic Generations, to clarify, being any other being known as the Time Eater transports classic versions of our characters and the current versions, and it's up to Sonic and Tails to stop it. Shadow Gens does this way better. I mean, heck, there's even a classic Shadow Witch. I don't know why people thought there would be a secondary playable character, but this is a game after all, so let's talk about how we play it. Shadow's gameplay is similar to Sonic, however, when you use the homing attack, you partially teleport, like it's jump, teleport, hit. And when you press one of your top left buttons, depending on your console, which in my case is a Switch, you can use Chaos Control to slow time down, and for certain times. And for certain quick time events, you can hold your attack button and the boss or enemy will take damage. I don't know what I was saying there. This is a really cool gameplay style that just doesn't make Shadow an echo of Sonic. So like if you would put him in a Smash Bros game, more gameplay style. But now I think we should talk about the bigger difference that make him different. Not only do you have these new gameplay styles for Shadow, you also have 5 different styles of power given from Black Doom. The Doom powers. You have the Doom Spear, which is an upgraded Chaos Spear. You have Doom Blast, which is basically a long kick. You have the Doom Morph, which looks like Venom and Black Doom had a baby. Yeah. You have Doom Surf, which allows you to surf on water. And you have the Doom Wings. I'm still getting Venom vibes here. I don't know how Venom is making his way into this video, just because this movie came out the same day as this game, which I made a review on, so check out my review of Venom 3. Now my favorite out of these is a tie between the Doom Spear and the Wings. Doom Spear, it's just simple. Upgraded Chaos Spear. The Wings, They just look cool. The wings are technically this game's super form. Yeah, we don't get Super Shadow, but it makes sense. Unlike Sonic Generations, where there's 3 levels per era and a rival boss and the major boss, here there's 2 levels and 1 boss per chapter. In total, there are 6 levels, and each level is 3D Act 1 and 2D Act 2, with the exception of
Radical Highway.
The first one being Space Colony Arc, which this is kind of as I was saying, this is kind of an original zone, but it's based off Final Rush and Final Chase from SA2. In the arc from Shadow 05, kinda. And it's a pretty good opening stage, in my opinion. It introduces the player to the game and how you play it. The second level is Rail Canyon / Bullet Station from Sonic. It's alright in my opinion. It's not great, but I don't have much to say about it. This is a pretty decent zone. Next up, Kingdom Valley from Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. We only care about Silver and Mephiles from that game. And maybe Iblis, but we truly only care about Silver and Mephiles from that game. And this level's actually really good and fun. It's a big improvement over the 06 version, which I don't think a lot of people really hate, but you get what I'm saying. And this level is really fun again. Might be one of my favorites. Yeah, I don't know. I know for sure it's in the top 3. Next up, Sunset Heights, which first appeared in Sonic Forces. Man, wait a minute. Sonic Forces took place after Generations. This shouldn't even be here. Well, apparently the Time Meter can also have stuff. Well, White Space can also have stuff pulled from the future, too. Hence, Sunset Heights, which I prefer over the Forces version, obviously, because you actually get to kind of explore more of Sunset Heights. Sorry, I have hiccups. Unlike Forces, where it's just straight line, now you're done. Now, something to mention: Rail Canyon, Space Colony New York, and Sunset Heights. They transform into dystopian radical highway for a few seconds. Well, not a few seconds, a minute, a few minutes. Or as I like to call it, Doomzo. Basically a short mini boss chase after Black Doom for a bit. Next up, Chaos Island from Sonic Frontiers. And wait, what? Shadow had nothing to do with Frontiers. They don't explain why he's even here. Oh, and something else. Seems like we might be getting a little sidetracked, though, but I'm gonna say it. There's no level from Shadow the Hedgehog 2005. Space Colony Arc's more based off the SA2 level of the arc. Like Noah Stopless with Black Comet. You get the picture. So, for whatever reason, they decided to put Chaos Island in here from Frontiers, which has nothing to do with Shadow, instead of putting a level from his own game. This level's alright. If I'm honest, I prefer this over the open world, and heck, I'm gonna say something controversial right now, so let me say it. I don't like Frontiers, really. I'm just gonna say it.
Everyone, boo this nigga!
That deserves its own video. Next up is Radical Highway as the final level, which is weird. Not the level itself, the choice of it to be the final level of the game. But if I'm honest, I don't really like the second act all that much. Why? Well, platform. I feel like they made it a little too hard in my opinion and frustrating. But Act 1 I like. And I'm just say the levels I thought would be in the game. Space Colony Arc, Radical Highway, Final Fortress, Frog Forest, Westopolis, Glyphic Canyon, White Acropolis, Aquatic Base, Sunset Heights, and Metropolis. Next up, you can't have a Sonic game or any type of video game. Unlike Sonic Generations, where there was 7 bosses in total, Shadow Generations has 4 bosses. The first boss is the Bio-Lizard, representing Adventure 2. This boss is pretty good, although I will say for me, at least, this is kind of a little easy, not super easy. However, this is going off topic a bit, and I just stumped again. I should memorize it, but I will say, all these characters, if you haven't seen in years, look amazing. Which I will get to. But yeah, oh, and the supporting me remix, it's fire! Next up, Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes. Now you're probably thinking,
but Shadow never fought Metal Overlord. That was all Super Sonic.
Well, I can let it slide because Shadow technically did fight Metal Overlord as Metal Madness. Also, Metal Overlord is more popular than Metal Madness, if I'm honest. This boss was a little hard. I did die like once, but this is still a fun boss. And a good one. And the What I'm Made Of remix, not, well, kind of. More so a little bit of remaster. Like, they just redid some of the guitar and drums. Bro. I need a whole song, version of that song, not on loop, but the song itself in right. Now, this one for me was the biggest one. It was the turn of the sky. That's right, boys. We finally get to see Mephiles the Dark in a mainline game since 2006. Just seeing him in present day makes me.
Why are you crying?
He doesn't contribute much to the actual story. He's kind of easy to beat in his boss fight. And it's pretty obvious he's here just for fan service. Maybe they could have done it to where even though you beat him, he figures out how to put himself back into the timeline and goes missing. Maybe teasing like, oh hey, Mephiles is gonna be in Frontiers 2. And I mean, have him fight Sonic and Silver one of these days. That would be incredible. And he could manipulate them into mistaking him for Shadow, like making them think Shadow got an upgraded form. And he betrayed them. I don't know. But again, hardcore fans are like the target audience for his cameo. So, not gonna lie, like I could make all the nitpicks I want, but I still really like seeing Mephiles finally make return all these years later. Wow, that was a long detour from bosses. But I felt like it was a needed talk, but yeah, the main reason he was really in here was just for fan service, just to get the fans to shit about him not making a return after 06, but the boss was really fun, and no, Shadow doesn't remember him. The boss is still really fun, though. There is a cutscene of Shadow's fight with Sonic before the fight with Mephiles. I wish this was a boss, because I feel like Shadow Generations could have had at least 1 or 2 more bosses, and speaking of bosses, that didn't happen. I'm surprised they didn't decide to throw in Infinite as a boss, because they have Sunset Heights. Then again, that could have messed up the timeline. I mean, I think level-wise those were okay, but Infinite being in here could have messed up the timeline. And yeah, that's kind of the reason why I wish Shadow Gens was its own thing. Like not taking place during the whole events of Sonic Generations. Or, you know, maybe Shadow pulled from the future while the actual Generations takes place, so that way there could have been Chaos Emeralds. Or, again, stop it be its own thing. In the bundle. So that way we could have had Super Shadow and Infinite and a proper Sonic boss. Like, I saw this theory online that I want to show where the boss in level wish list, and I actually kind of like the idea, like, oh, a rival boss for each game. I don't know. But now, the final boss, and it's Devil Doom, based off the final boss from Shadow 5, later transforming into Neo Devil Doom in its second phase. And this is actually really fun, and a really good way to end the game. A great callback to Shadow 05. And heck, here are the bosses I thought they'd do. Sonic, the first fight from Adventure 2 in that style. Battle Wizard, Metal Madness. Regular Block Doom, Silver, Mephiles, Infinite, and Devil Doom. Which now that you think about it, even before that game came out, I was really, really close. Later on, as time evolved, I was like, alright, Battle Wizard, Metal Overlord, Mephiles. No, not Mephiles. Block Doom, Mephiles, Infinite, and that the Black Moon I thought was going to be called Doom Eater. Yeah. And then Sonic Boss thrown in between Mephiles and Infinite. And here's proof! But now, let's talk about the voices behind this game. Mark Thornton has stepped up as Shadow. You can tell he has improved his voice for Shadow. Feels like the script helped him understand the character and develop Shadow even more.
What was that new power? I've never done anything like that before. It's not something I should normally be able to do, yet it felt natural. What could be causing these mutations? The blue hedgehog, of all places.
You have something I need.
You can wait until my business is finished.
Yeah, sorry, but that Chaos Emerald and I have a date with a monster.
Well then, it'll be a date to die for. He's right. No more mistakes. This time, I will crush every last one of them. It's all right, Maria. I'm letting go of that destructive anger. But I will continue to fight. Fight with your wish in my heart. Your wish for everyone to have a chance to be happy. I am Shadow the Hedgehog. This is the destiny I choose. Now, to end this!
Stephanie Shaw as Maria is pretty good. She captures the childlike wonder and heart of Maria into her voice, and she sounds really good.
Shadow, no!
Maria?
It breaks my heart to see you so full of anger. This isn't who you are. Do you know why I named you Shadow? Because without light, there's only darkness. But a shadow will show you where to find the light. Do you understand? I don't want you to be driven by darkness. I want you to be happy. Stand in the light with peace in your heart.
I'll stop Rouge. Use Chaos Control. Stop this moment in time.
Shadow? No. I don't want to be frozen in one place in time. Besides, your friends need your help.
But you don't know what's going to happen.
I know I'll see you again. And if fate draws us apart, I will always be in your heart.
Mike Pollock as Gerald Robotnik is just his regular Eggman voice, but a little more humble than normal.
I believe so, yes. It is time to awaken the ultimate life. Welcome to the world, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Ben Diskin does amazing as Black Doom. He sounds like how Black Doom did back in 2005, which is great. I am sad they then decided to not get John Shamel back to voice Black Doom again, but Ben Diskin still really works and makes Black Doom sound amazing again.
The promised time is nigh upon us, Shadow. Soon you will be mine. Gerald may have given him this unassuming form, but the blood of the Black Arms flows in his veins. He is a warrior, a destroyer.
Yes, the warrior that will destroy you.
I have learned from our last encounter. There will be no mistakes this time. Struggle all you want. You will be mine. Splendid, Shadow. Truly splendid. You are truly my finest instrument. A testament to my bloodline. See yourself as what you really are. I crafted everything up till now. And yet, you deny me! Shadow,
Ray Chase as Metal Overlord. Now, on one hand, he's just yelling with a robotic effect. Like, I guess the voice director was like, alright, you have to scream into the mic. And then we will add in the robotic effect layer. Like, basically what he's doing is just screaming or talking loud, not talking calm a lot. And they're just adding an effect in later to make him sound like a robot.
you can't hope to defeat me! Accept your fate, you fake hedgehog! I am now the true Sonic! The true ultimate life form! I'll skewer you!
Chaos
Trying to use
Control!
Chaos Control? Ha! That power already belongs to me! Stop scurrying around! Let's see how long you last on such unstable terrain.
Idiot. You think you can stop me?
I am the king of all creation. Nobody can defeat me. Not you, not Sonic, not anyone. As if I could be challenged by an imposter like you.
But if I'm honest, I like it. He actually sounds pretty good in my opinion. He's not just a booming ghost. I do like the original Neo Sonic voice though, just to clarify. I like them both. Where in that he sounds like, oh, my farm data successfully copied. Like, Ryan Drummond, I think that's his name, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's practically just his regular Sonic voice with robotic sound effects, so this, he actually sounds like some sort of booming, yelling overlord, like, I want you. But if I'm honest, I don't know how to feel about the new voice from Mephiles. Now, Robbie Damian is a good voice actor, but sometimes as Mephiles he works. Other times it just gives me vibes of Vegeta.
I will defeat you, and restore myself to the timeline. Crowned in darkness! Welcome, Shadow, to the ultimate game of Shadow Tag! I owe much to you, Shadow.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I will crush you all the same.
What? Did you forget about me again? Crowned in darkness! Thanks, my shadows. Done!
Let's do this.
It's time to raise the curtain on this macabre play. Might consider sparing. Don't do me any favors. I'm disappointed, Shadow. Truly disappointed. No! I want to exist!
But he's fine. He's not Dan Green level, but fine. If Sega had to bring back one past member from Sonic's history, I do think it should have been Dan Green. Ben Diskin as Black Doom worked, but Robbie Damian, again, he's fine. He's fine. I'm mixed on him. I'm just still happy Memphis came back. And maybe he could come back in another project. Oh, and maybe my fan casting for Memphis in a movie would either be Andy Serkis, which is the most likely one, or a very unlikely one, Norman Reedus. I don't think Norman Reedus would do a PG-rated project. I don't think that's his type of level. Everyone else is just themselves. I don't have much to say. But now we need to talk music. This is a banger soundtrack. All the levels and bosses have gotten a great redo or remix, and the open world sounds pretty good. Not so much to say outside of it's amazing, but, well, that's actually a lie. I think my favorites would be a tie between the What I'm Made Of remix, Mephiles' remix, the All Hail Shadow remix at the end, the theme for the remix, Throw It All Away, and the Doom Zone theme, and Space Colony Arc, Radical Highway, Sunset Heights. I think I might have already said Doom Zone, if not Doom Zone. And the press any but the title screen for the before you select which game, like the whole the music I used in my after the intro, basically. But now let's move on to my last thing I want to talk about. Now, this game does have some skins, which brings me back to the Sonic portion. For Classic Sonic, you have the Sonic Jams Legacy skin, which I don't have. And for Modern Sonic, you have the Sonic Adventure Legacy skin, which I do have. For Shadow, you have the Terrio skin, the original concept design of Shadow. And later this December, we'll have a DLC story connected to the third movie with Keanu Reeves, bringing in a new look for Shadow. I do hope we get at least one or two more skins for each of these characters. Like an SA2 Legacy skin for Shadow, or a Sonic Prime Sonic skin, or some Sonic X style skins. Heck, maybe an OVA Sonic skin, or I don't know, Broom skins. A movie Sonic skin, we're getting a movie Shadow skin, and a Baby Sonic for Classic. Oh wait, I got one. Pixelated skins. Or heck, Modern Sonic and the Shadow onesie from Superstars. Why me? Now, even though I wish the thing that got everyone to buy this game was longer, this is amazing! This is an amazing story, great gameplay, great voice acting, and amazing gimmicks. I'ma give Sonic X Shadow Generations a 9.5 out of 10. I hope we get some DLC, like some extra levels, like Westopolis, and maybe an extra boss, like Infinite. Not for story, but some fun content post-game. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.